together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. We'll be joined here by my brother in just a little bit. But we have a really nice card for the day. We only get 2 games in the NHL, but it is A-OK when we have the national championship in college basketball. We have I think, an 11-game card in the MLB and 14 games in the NBA. Only 5 of them double-digit spreads, so we're getting a little bit better there and not having every game being a double-digit spread in the NBA, which is fun when you actually get to cap games and not have to worry about it being a complete blowout every single game you cap. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1 went right, 1 went wrong in the world of sports betting. Great day yesterday for me. Overall, finished up 5.6 units. Just an awesome day. MLB was up 5 units itself. It was basically all MLB, which was really good to see. Especially with MLB being the sport that is going to be front and center for now the next 7 months. Finished up 5.07 units in Major League Baseball. Started off with the Nationals' first 5 at plus 122 was a winner there. And then we had, let me scroll down. Let me get yesterday's plays up on here because it's being annoying here. Where is it? There we go. Nope. All right, cool. We'll just go to my phone. Pittsburgh Pirates never in doubt. 3-2 winner over the Baltimore Orioles. That was just an error to end the game, and the Pirates walk it off. Yankees -1 was really never in doubt. Toronto jumped out up 1-0, but I mean the Yankees offense was just too good there for Francis and that Blue Jays team. And we'll be on the Yankees for the next 3 days when they take on the Marlins, so that'll be fun. The Mets. We hit with the Mets yesterday. We had the Mets -115 against the Reds. They take care of business. They win the series against the Reds. A series that really they could have swept if they didn't blow that 3-run lead in game 2. White Sox first 5 money line. White Sox first 5 under. Both of those were looking awesome. We get the first 5 money line with the White Sox, but they gave up a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th, which pushed the first 5 under. Our first loss of the day was the Cardinals -1. They lose 10-1 to the Marlins. Finally, the Marlins win a baseball game. But we will get right back and fade the Marlins again today. That will be part of the card. The Chicago Cubs -102. I mean, how easy was that? Fading the Dodgers. I would have backed the Cubs in that game regardless because the Cubs were -102 against the Dodgers. And I think this should open up baseball's eyes to notice how good the Cubs might be this year. And they are my dark horse. The Chicago Cubs are my dark horse this year. They are a team that I would like to move on futures with because I really do believe in this Cubbies team. I do. And what is their World Series here? What World Series winner? Cubbies are 28-1, and they're 14-1 to win the National League. I'm really interested in both of those there. That was a team I had circled heading into the year that I really like, and I would like to get it maybe on some Cubby futures here. I really like this team. Giants -1 push, Red Sox moneyline 1, and the Rangers first 5 was a loser there. So overall, a nice profitable day there. And in the NHL was a slightly profitable day, up half a unit. Went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. 5, 4, and 1. Wild team total over 3.5 was a winner, but the first period full game overs were losers. The Ottawa Senators and Washington Capitals over 6 was a loser. Over 6 with San Jose, Arizona winner. Nashville team total over 3. I got a 3 at a BetMGM. It pushed, and the full game over 6.5 lost. And then the Blues team total over 3.5 was a winner. Full game over 5.5 winner. Full game over 6. Dallas and Colorado winner. So up half a unit there in the NHL, up 5.07 units in the MLB yesterday, and up 5.57 units overall. And got a big card to go over for today. So we'll be getting into that in just a minute. Welcome to the show, Tim.
Hello. Yeah, sorry, I just got home. I will say it was in terms of this weekend for me, it was kind of a break kind of deal. From sports, because we were moving a bunch, so I still don't have my desk and everything set up, so I'm just propped up on my bed right now. But this is we had 6 plays up on the site yesterday. 3 of them were hockey. You went 2-1 in hockey. 3 of them were baseball. We had the Red Sox, we had the Cubs, and we had the St. Louis Cardinals run line. Miami Marlins finally win their first game. But overall yesterday, 4-2 on the site, up 1.81 units. Can't complain there. We'll run with today. I know today's the national championship. Oh boy, there's a lot of basketball.
Yes.
Right. So it should be a fun stream.
Yeah. Head to the chat, and then we'll get into it here. I'm putting together my NBA numbers too.
All right, I'll be the guy on the island that takes Vegas over the Stars first round. Nope, I will be on Vegas.
Ooh.
Whoa,
that would be a first round matchup?
Robert, hold on. I have Vegas Cup futures. I will be on Vegas with you. How about them Sens? Caps numbers always get exposed.
Yeah, the Caps are a team I'm looking to bet against going forward, and I missed the opportunity of fading them yesterday.
Boo. What's up? I didn't place any bets yesterday. I'm looking to fire today. Let's do it. Mets to get 80 wins, minus 104. Over or under?
Probably over.
Knowing Fernando, it's probably the under. 0-3, Blues, Avalanche, and the Lakers. I usually take Sundays off, and I'll reinforce it.
I actually threw a couple bucks on the T-Wolves last night when I saw Trent bet the Lakers. I threw a couple bucks on the T-Wolves. Didn't even cap the game. Just that was it. Trent was on the other side.
That's not a bad. You're taking the over Mets wins. I mean, I guess at this point there might be a little bit of value on it, but I don't see it. So we start with hockey.
Yeah, this line surprised me because I did all my numbers first before I looked at the lines and stuff like that. This number truly surprised me. With the Maple Leafs minus 160 favorites in this game, total of 6.5. Now, granted, I thought there was going to be value on the Maple Leafs because I had them around 160, 165 in this game. I thought there was going to be value on the Leafs in this spot, but there isn't in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot, which saw the Maple Leafs open up at 144. It's up to a 152 on BetOnline. We're seeing 160s almost everywhere else. And then the line opened up at 6.5 even money. It stayed there at 6.5 at even money. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where we have 72% of the tickets, 80% of the cash is coming in on the Maple Leafs here. 81% of the tickets are on the puck line for the Penguins. 33% of the tickets, 67% of the cash on the over. The line moving, the line not moving total wise here in this spot. This is going to be a fun 2-game card for the NHL to watch. I really don't see that much betting interest in either game, to be completely honest. And when I looked at this matchup here, I wanted a piece of the Maple Leafs here at I was hoping minus 135, minus 140 range. Minus 160, I think is getting up there a little bit here to a point where there might be a little bit of value on Pittsburgh. I really don't have any interest in this game, though. I'm obviously going to sit back and root for the Maple Leafs. I kind of lean under in this game. If I had to bet, maybe this is a playoff-style atmosphere type of game. And I had this game projected for 6.07 goals, so slightly leaning towards the under in this game for me. Overall, though, I really don't have too much of an interest in this game. So this NHL card, I might go with nothing in this NHL card, but I still want to look at this next one too. The next one's kind of an interesting matchup that I actually want to get maybe involved with.
I feel like I'm going to get to a play in the second game.
Me too, actually.
I have a feeling we're going to be on separate sides, though. But I really don't have any interest in this one game. You got a Leafs team that can we pretty much say they're locked into that 3 slot?
Yeah. No. Lightning could pass them. There's still an opportunity for the Lightning to take the 3rd spot.
Interesting. So I guess they're still battling for something. How far back are they?
Which imagine this team.
4-point difference, and they got a game in hand. I'm going to say that Maple Leafs are in that 3 spot, and they're going to be most likely facing off against the Panthers, which will be a fantastic series. Give me the Leafs. But
imagine though you're on the flip side. You're the division winner. You're the Boston Bruins, or you're the New York Rangers, and in the first round of the playoffs, you get to see 2-time Stanley Cup champions, 3-time Eastern Conference champions, playoff perennial contenders every year. Nikita Kucherov, Victor Hedman, and Steven Stamkos, and Andrei Vasilevsky in the pipes in your first round matchup as a division winner.
Yep.
Wow, that sucks.
Hey, welcome to the playoffs. But no, I don't really have interest in this one. Bunting point, Malcolm assist. Maybe some sitter props. Matthews 2 points, Domi assist plus 475, or you can go Bertuzzi for the assist for the same odds. Letang assist, Crosby 2 points, Russ 2 points, Crosby 2 points. You're really going after it. I like it. I like the aggression.
Yeah, I lean under in that game, so it's tough to really do anything there.
This game should be interesting.
This game is the one I would maybe have some interest in here. We have the Vegas Golden Knights. They're traveling to Vancouver to take on the Canucks. In this one here with the Canucks around minus 120 favorites. We're seeing Caesars show a minus 130, which is kind of interesting here. There we go. Line opened up at a 119. It's still a 119 on Bet Online. So we've had really no line movement. It did get up to a 124 at one point, but it's come back down. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 103. It's now a 6 at minus 101. And looking at this game, very limited sample size, about 2,000 tickets in. 90% of the tickets are on the Vegas Golden Knights, but I really don't see that as much of a sample size. 75% of the tickets are on the under as well in this game. And I know you said we might be on opposite sides in this game. I can only look towards the Vegas Golden Knights in this spot.
Never mind.
In this game, because we have a Vegas Golden Knights team that's kind of clicking into playoff mode. The Vancouver Canucks are not. And I think it's not that the Canucks are bad. It's that they overachieved in the first half, which could make them a really good first-round fade with a wild card team, especially if it's, I don't know, the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Against the Canucks. I'm sorry. If you're the Canucks, you just won the Pacific Division. Potentially, you'll be number 2 in the West. And you get last year's defending Stanley Cup champions. These wild card teams suck this year. Like having being a division winner might suck this year because you might have to either play the Vegas Golden Knights, the LA Kings, who are no easy task, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Pittsburgh Penguins potentially, the New York Islanders potentially, the Washington Capitals potentially. Okay, maybe that 8th spot in the East is not great, but that's beyond the point.
No, I was about to say the 8th spot in the East is not great.
But the thing is, though, Pittsburgh has that playoff experience. Crosby and Malkin and Letang have won cups. Yep. The Islanders are never fun to play in the playoffs because they're an extremely physical defensive team.
Yep.
The Lightning are the Lightning. We all know what the Lightning can do and have done. So these wild card teams, this may be the best bunch of wild card teams I've seen in a long time for the NHL. Which, get ready for some chaos in this playoffs because I will say 2 wild card teams will win their first round matchup. 2 wild card teams will win.
It'll be Vegas and Tampa.
It'll probably be Vegas and Tampa Bay, which won't be considered that big of upsets. But would you be surprised if the Red Wings steal around, or the Penguins steal around, or the Islanders steal around? Islanders might be the 3rd seed in the Metro. Or like the Kings. The Kings are not an easy out either. I'm only looking towards the Vegas Golden Knights.
No, the Kings are in the 3 spot right now in the Pacific. It'd be Nashville.
Yeah. Nashville's not going to be fun either. but
No.
they have regressed a little bit. So I'd be a little bit more okay with playing Nashville now than I would have 3 weeks ago. But when you look at this Vegas Golden Knights team, they had their 7-point streak snapped in their last game. They were up 4-1 heading into the third period, and they gave up 6 goals in 9 minutes. Yeah, this is a Vegas Golden Knights spot if I've ever seen one, and the Golden Knights are going to be my only play in the NHL today. And that'll be my only play here. Let me find the best number available that I can get to, which looks like I don't have Caesar. I'm not using Caesars at the moment, so it looks like it's gonna be DraftKings for me at even money for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, I'll be on Vegas. And I think this is gonna be the time of the year that they turn it on.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the point of the year that Vegas makes their run, and they're gonna look like the most deadliest team. Plus, didn't they have somebody on long-term IL?
Vegas? They have 437 players on long-term IR ready for the playoffs.
So once they get to the playoffs, I think they're going to be.
Once they get to the playoffs, yeah, Mark Stone will probably be magically ready for Game 1, and Tomas Hertl will be magically ready for Game 1, and they'll have they'll have blue liners ready. They have, I think, 2 or 3 players on long-term IR. It's ridiculous, but yeah, it's beyond the point.
Yeah, Vegas today. My favorite play: Barbashev point, Marchessault assist at 500. Good luck. JT Miller 2 points, Boster goal plus 500. I'm pretty sure Vegas goalie got hurt yesterday. Leaning Canucks because they might want to clinch the division tonight. They could. Over Nucks, Carlson assist, Eichel 2 points plus 475. Hertl is playing, Nick.
Hertl's back? Did I miss that?
I guess so. Should we talk over some baseball?
Yeah. We'll get it started here. I was just putting up real quick my what do you call it? My one hockey play. There we go. But we had the Cleveland Guardians minus 230 favorites against the Chicago White Sox. Total 7.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here. Let me switch over from hooky to MLB. We have one of the top 2 teams in run differential. We obviously, through this part of the season, had the Red Sox and the Guardians as the top 2 teams for run differential, right?
Keep in mind, hold on. Keep in mind, they both played the Oakland Athletics. All right, go ahead.
Fair enough. And I just got a notification from Underdog MLB. It'll be Tanner Banks opening for the White Sox today. He'll be going up against if this will load, that'd be great. Trisha McKenzie, the pitching matchup here. My live odds page is not loading at the moment. We'll go over towards Action Network for the cash flow in this game. And we have 92% of the tickets are on the Guardians. With the line, I don't know if the line moving towards them or not. 90% of the tickets are on the run line as well. If this would load, that would be really cool. So I can get the line history up in this game. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, Tanner Banks is going to be opening, so we won't see much from him in this game. On this other side, Trisha McKenzie pitched 1 time already. On April 1st, he threw 3 1/3 innings pitch, gave up 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. So not a good appearance his first matchup. That was against the Mariners. And this Guardians team has actually been kind of impressive so far this season. They swept, or they didn't sweep, but they took the 2 games against the Twins. The 3rd game was postponed yesterday, so they 2 games swept the Twins. They took 2 out of 3 from Seattle, and obviously they took 3 out of 4 from Oakland to start the year. So other than Oakland, their strength of schedule has not been weak. They've been all road games. This is the home opener for the Cleveland Guardians, and they're 7-2 to start the year. So this is a Guardians team that is kind of interesting here. We don't have many lines here. for many available lines here for this game because it's still undecided for the White Sox, or according to a bunch of different books. So we don't have much of a sample size for this game. I don't have a line. There we go. On DraftKings, because I don't have Bet Online line history available, it's open up at a 225. It's still there. Open up at a 7.5 at -110. It's a 7.5 at, or -105. It's a 7.5 at -110. We have no information on the total in this game. I'm kind of interested in this over a little bit in this game at a 7.5. This game is being played at 5:10. It's the home opener for the Guardians. I got nothing for it at the moment. I would lean Guardians and over. What's your thoughts on this one?
I got to put 0 capping into this game because we didn't know who the pitcher for the White Sox was until just now. So I got nothing in this game. I wouldn't be betting it anyway just because it's 2 AL Central teams, and you know my success with 2 AL Central teams, especially when now one of them is -230 on the money line at home. I can't really look towards anything in this game. I will have plays on other teams, on other games. I will not have anything for the start of this one, for the first game of the day. Just because it's the first game of the day does not mean you need to bet it.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's jump to the next game, Nick.
Yeah,
our
favorite team, Tim. The Miami Marlins taking on the New York Yankees. -150 favorites are these Yankees with a total of 8 in this game. 8.5, 8s, depending on your book. This line opened up on Bet Online at a -145 for the Bronx Bombers. Got up to a 159, and now it's a 142. So we've had a slight movement towards the Marlins since the opening line. 8% of line opened up at an 8 at -120. There's the words I was looking for, and it's still an 8 at -120. 90% of the tickets, 97% of the cash is on the New York Yankees in this game, with the line moving. Line moved towards the Yankees, and it's come back. 75% of the tickets are in the under in this game as well. We have Nestor Cortez taking on Jesus Luzardo. Finally, the first win of the season for the Miami Marlins yesterday, as they beat the Cardinals 10-1. Luzardo has not looked particularly great this year. In his first start, he actually looked okay. In 5 innings, 2 earned runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts against the Pirates. Followed that up with 3 earned runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 5 1/3 against the Angels. In his last start, got the loss in that last start. Nestor Cortez, on the flip side, has not looked the greatest. He started off the season with a 5-inning performance where he gave up 4 earned runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts against the Astros. Followed that up with 3 earned runs on 8 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts against the Arizona Diamondbacks in that 7-0 loss. And this one's pretty plain and simple for me. I'm going to go back to the well. We've been on it every game. We finally lost with it last game, so we're going to go right back to it today. I'm going to go with the Yankees in the first 5, or Yankees -1. My bad. Yankees -1 in this game, which on FanDuel I'm getting -146 and +140. There we go. I like that. So I'll probably get close to even money here with the Yankees here. -103. Yankees -1 on FanDuel.
All right. We'll start off the day with the Yankees. And let's preface this by saying this is not a play on the Yankees.
Why not?
It is a
Yankees team is 8-2.
This is a play on the Marlins, a play against the Marlins, because we've been doing this every single game with the Marlins. Yes, the Yankees have played well this year so far, 8-2, and I had some nice wins against. Astros. I'm not sure what's going on with the Astros right now. 2 wins against Arizona, although one of them was with that bases loaded in the bottom of the 11th with the relief pitcher coming up, which was kind of rough to see for my Arizona money line. And then 2 wins against probably the team that I have finishing last place in the AL East, or one of the worst teams in the AL East, which was the Toronto Blue Jays. And now they get to play another cellar dweller. This should be a series that the Yankees take control of. I know we'll have them every single game in the series, just because it's a fate of the Marlins. Yankee run line +140 to start off the day.
I like it. And this Yankees team has made me money this year so far, so I can't complain about the Yankees here.
Over.
Yankees
Very
-1.
confused why 7.5. Because the Miami Marlins offense is garbage. Hear me out. Marlins first 5, Yankees full game. Hear me out. I'm just taking the Yankee run line.
That's not a bad look because we've seen the Marlins bullpen blow games.
First 5 under is a lean, though. And we get a suppness from Lex. $50 to make 3K. Lost because of the Avs and the Capitals. That's a bummer, Lex. This one should be a fun game, Nick.
Yeah, this Pirates team that's made me some money this year. I've really enjoyed this Pirates team. Minus 125, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have Pittsburgh with Mitch Keller taking on Reese Olson. So we get our boy Mitch Keller on the mound here. Line open up at a minus 120. It's not moved. Line open up at an 8.5 minus 105. It's moved all the way to an 8.5 at minus 104. So we've had a 1 cent line movement here towards the under. We've had no line movement on the side. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have 68% of the tickets, 79% of the cash is on the Pirates in the spot here. So the bigger bet's coming on the Pirates. Not really much line movement, but 4,900 tickets in for this game here. And taking a look at the pitching matchup here in this one, Reese Olson for the Tigers pitched in 1 game so far. He went 5 2/3 innings, gave up no earned runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Granted, that was against the New York Mets. On the flip side, Mitch Keller has pitched twice so far this season. He's given up 4 earned runs in both starts. He started off the season with a 4 earned runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts in 5 2/3 against the Miami Marlins. Followed up with 4 earned runs and 8 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 5 1/3 against the Washington Nationals. So pitching-wise, he's not looked the greatest so far this year, which is kind of interesting there. We have no cash flow on this total. I could see this game being an over type of game with Mitch Keller giving up some runs. But I'm kind of tempted on the Pirates in this game. Going back to Pittsburgh and raising the Jolly Roger. We cashed with them yesterday. I'm kind of leaning in that direction here as well. It'd be Pirates or nothing for me. And once again, I love this bullpen for the Pirates, so I take them full game. So Pirates money line would be my lean at this point. I kind of want to dive a little bit deeper into this game, but I kind of think I'm going to be adding the Pirates by the end of the show.
Man, I was close to putting Pirate run line at plus 170. This is not a Detroit Tigers team that I trust.
No.
I know everybody was hyping them up to start the year. Good job. They had a sweep against the 1-8 White Sox. They won 2 out of 3 against the Mets. And then they just lost 2 out of 3 to the Oakland Athletics. Yeah, this is a Pittsburgh Pirates team that is coming off of a series win versus the Orioles, which are going to be really good this year. Granted, previous to that, they played Washington and Miami, who are cellar dwellers. But this is a Pirates team that I do trust more than I trust the Detroit Tigers. And I'm going to be on the Pirates today. We got minus 120 on the money line, backing our boy Mitch Keller. So raise the Jolly Roger, Nick. Here, I'll play it. And we know this is an ECU thing, not a Pittsburgh thing, but hoist the colors. Let's do it.
Yeah, I have Pirates money line with a question mark written on my book, so I'll come back to that at the end of the baseball segment.
Tigers first 5 minus a half. Leaning Pirates. There you go. Pirates minus 1.5. See, when I'm betting it today, I'm probably going Pirates minus 1.5. Not that I'm on Pirates run line. Let's get it. Yankee over. I could see the over in the Yankee game. Let's go to these two teams where I know one of these teams I have a future on one of them, and I'm really liking it already.
We have the Milwaukee Brewers and the Cincinnati Reds. Minus 110 for the Brewers, total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here, where we have, let me see here. Where is this Milwaukee game? There we go. We got Ashby and Ashcraft Your pitching matchup here. Line opened up -120 for Cincinnati. It's now -105. So we've had a line move towards the Brewers in this game here. They've gone from dog to pick 'em. And the line opened up in a 9.5, and it's down to a 9. Let's take a look here at this game. The cash flow in this game. 20% of the tickets and 93% of cash on the Brewers, which has moved the line the way it has. And then 54% of tickets are on the Reds run line in this game as well. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup in this game here, where we have this is Aaron Ashby's first pitching appearance of the year. He hasn't pitched since 2022. I don't think he's going to go very far in this game, so it's probably a Brewers bullpen game, which is interesting why they're taking money. On the flip side, this will be the second appearance for Graham Ashcraft this season. He gave up 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched, and a 9-4 loss against the Philadelphia Phillies. And for me in this game, it's Brewers or nothing. This has been a Brewers team that the markets have really liked this year in this spot, and I'm kind of leaning Brewers in this game. If I had to make a move in this game, I'm gonna write down Brewers. I want to take a look a little bit deeper at their bullpens and stuff like that, and figure out whether or not it's a full game. So that's where we're gonna go for that game. It would be Brewers or nothing.
And it's gonna be Brewers. This is a Brewers team that I've really liked this year so far, Nick. Obviously, it was a mistake. At least I thought it was a mistake. I have them to win the division from pre-Corbin Burns trade. So I'm high on this Milwaukee Brewers team. I think they have a good enough pitching to do it. And I'm not high on the Cincinnati Reds. And although Graham Ashcraft is somebody that I liked going into at the end of last year, rough start against the Phillies in his first start. Now, the Brewers' offense is nowhere near the level of the Phillies. I'm not saying that. But I do like the Brewers here on the road. You also got the Reds, who I think is going to be one of the most overhyped teams in baseball this year. Just because everybody was super high on them. They barely missed the playoffs last year. I think this is a team that, you know what? I'm gonna make a comparison. Tell me if I'm right, Nick. The Cincinnati Reds are the Buffalo Sabres this year for baseball. Super hyped. Everybody's giving them a playoff spot in the beginning of the year, and they're going to fall flat on their face.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm on the Brewers on this one.
I'm interested in moving on the Brewers in this game as well. I'm going to take a look at their bullpens to see if it's first 5 or full game, but I'm going to move on the Brewers too. Back to the chat.
Yeah, hold on. Brewers money line up on the site. All right.
Yeah, full game money line for me. I'm going to shop around and find the best number.
Brewers have been hitting over 2.5 first 5 every game except for 1, and DK pays out 124% or plus 124 on it. Go for it. Tigers race to 3. No, thank you. Anyone like the Reds? Nope. Chicago White Sox race to 3. Good luck to you. I'm not going to bet that. I got the Reds minus 1.5 and minus 2.5. No, thank you. Brewers, yes. Under first 5. I can see an under first 5. I did Brewers Pirates as a parlay. I like it. Let's keep rolling, Nick.
Yeah, the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays minus 120 for the Blue Jays, total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where we get up here, Jose Barrios and Luis Castillo, your pitching matchup here. Line open up at a minus 125 for the Blue Jays. It's down to a 113. So we've had a move towards the Mariners in this spot here. Line open up at an 8.5. It's down to an 8. So we've moved towards the under here as well. We have 25% of tickets and 80% of cash on the over, though, which is kind of confusing why the lines moved down towards the under. 54% of tickets, 88% of the cash is on the Mariners, which explains the line move towards Seattle in this game here. And then let's take a look at the matchup here. The market's liking Seattle. Let's see if the X's and O's kind of add up here as well. Castillo has pitched twice so far this year. Has not looked good in either start. He gave up 4 earned runs on 6 hits and 5 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts against the Red Sox, and then followed that up with 4 earned runs on 10 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and 5 2/3 against the Guardians. 2 not great starts, but against 2 teams that have actually looked halfway decent so far this season. On the other side, Jose Barrios has gone up against looked actually pretty good. 2 earned runs on 6 hits against the Tampa Bay Rays, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched. And then his following start, 1 earned run on 6 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 6 innings against the Houston Astros. So Jose Barrios pitching pretty well this year. The markets are saying that both these pitchers can pitch well in this game. But the only thing that's kind of with the line going from 8.5 down to an 8, one thing that's confusing though is 80% of the cash is coming in on the over. So kind of an interesting line move here. I mean, I'm not really interested in either of these teams. This is the home opener for the Toronto Blue Jays as well. I would lean Mariners and under if I was getting to anything in here in this game, but it's going to be a no play for me.
Yeah, where is this game being? Which team is home?
Toronto.
Okay, I don't bet Toronto games. I didn't get them right all last year. I'm not trying to start this year. So I prefer to just leave them off my card. Luckily, there's 15 games a day, so I never have to worry about betting them. So for me, the only times I'm betting Toronto games is I bet them after they got no hit, and I'm going to be betting the Orioles after during all their games against them. So that's the only thing that I will bet in Toronto games is Baltimore. So for me, this one's a stay away.
Fair.
Morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Untouchable. Blue Jays first 5 -0.5. Okay. My NHL playoff futures are pretty much dead after this weekend with Washington and St. Louis. Yes, they are. I'm going Nerfy for this and Miami. Fair. Blue Jays money line. Good luck. Orioles had some tough losses this weekend too. That they did. There are no day games because of the eclipse. I don't think that's the reason why. Toronto team total over. Good luck. I'm not even interested. I'm not even excited for these games.
Yeah, this is a start of a 4-game series too. So let's get into it here. We have the New York Mets at the Atlanta Braves. Braves -230 favorites, total of 10 in this game. Big number here. Charlie Morton taking on Julio Teheran, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 215. It's actually down to a 198. So we've had a decent move towards the New York Mets in this game. Line opened up at a 9.5. It's up to a 10. So a move towards the over and a move towards the Mets, saying that maybe Charlie Morton gets hit in this game. 71% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the Braves run line. 91% of the tickets are on the Braves money line in this game. We have no numbers here for the total in this game. We get to the pitching debut, the season debut of Julio Teheran going up against his former team, where he pitched from 2011 to 2019. This will be his first start here. Last year, he looked okay. He pitched in 14 games, started 11 of them with Milwaukee. Went 3-5 with a 4.4 ERA and 71 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 50 and walked 13 in 35 innings, 35 earned runs, 68 hits given up in those times. On the flip side, Charlie Morton, who looks really strong in his first start. Granted, it was against the White Sox. He gave up no earned runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 5 2/3 innings pitched. So really strong performance there for Morton in his first start here. This is definitely a step up in competition, though, for Morton, going from the White Sox to the Mets. Not a huge step up, but I think it's still, the talent the Mets have on the lineup is way higher than what the White Sox have. And what the markets are kind of suggesting here now, I don't have anything on the total in this game, but I'm kind of interested in the total in this game here. And I kind of lean over the total in this game. I expect Julio Teheran to get beat up pretty bad in this game. The wind is blowing in, but only 5 miles an hour, so it's not anything crazy here. And I can see this as the Mets are going to have to score to keep up with the Braves, and I don't know if they will be able to. And I truly think this is a game where Tyran gets smashed, and the Mets are going to have to keep up. And I think they can get a few runs off of Morton. So I think I'm going to move on this over in this game, over at 10 in this spot, high total. But you can find, it's 10 basically across the board. I'm going to get a 10 at minus 108 on FanDuel, over 10 here for the Mets and the Braves.
That's the one play that I was interested in this game. And could I say that this game is going to be the highest scoring game of the day?
That's not a bad guess.
Even with a game in Coors Field. And one big reason why. Mets bullpen. It's not going to be pretty. The Mets have never had success in Atlanta. Atlanta team total over is probably a solid spot here as well. This is just going to be a rough series for New York. I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta won and covered the run line every single game. But I'm not going to grab that. I'm just going to grab the over 10 in this game, Nick.
Yeah, this Atlanta offense is something else. So we'll see. And Tyran is not somebody I have any confidence in.
Correct. You want to go back to the chat?
Yeah. Where do you leave off?
Here.
Yeah, something about the Blue Jays hurt you so bad, and you've carried the grudge into this season.
Yep.
Yurfie, Toronto. This is the lay. There you go. Braves minus 1.5. Easy 1.5 for the Braves. Easy. We going to show that darn Iranian boy what American MLB is all about. Tyran's been in the league. He pitched for the Braves.
Is that who you're talking about, Tyran?
If you're talking about Tyran, he's pitched for the Braves.
So he's pitched in that toxic environment for a while.
Yeah. Guardians, run line, Pitt and Cincy first 5. There you go. Braves minus 1.5. Braves are the easiest parlay piece of the day. Easiest. There's about a 0% chance the Mets win this game. Minus 2.5 is at plus 130. 1-800 Lex, Chicago White Sox first run, plus 125. Fair. I can see the Mets losing this game, not covering, getting the team total over as well in this game, which could be an interesting.
Wouldn't you be surprised if it came back tomorrow and it's 11-8?
No. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. No, at all. So we'll move on though with the LA Dodgers traveling to Minnesota to take on the Twins. The Twins the Dodgers minus 160 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. And let's get into the line history in this spot here, where we have James Paxton taking on Bailey Ober. And actually, this line really plummeted this much? It opened up at a 145. I'm seeing minus 130 now for the Dodgers on BetOnline. This was also Bovada odds, to keep that in mind as well. Line opened up in an 8.5 at minus 110. Even money, it's now an 8.5 at minus 110. Move towards the over. Move towards the Twins with 90% of the tickets and 95% of the cash on the Dodgers in this game, but the line moving towards the Twins. Not really surprised. The public is going to love the Dodgers. This is a very public team, and we'll see that all season long. Nothing for the total, though, in this game. So kind of interesting there. I'm interested in another over here in this spot, and I'm not really confident in either of these pitchers. And the Dodgers lineup is ridiculous. They'll give you overs all day long. However, James Paxton did look good in his first start, gave up no runs on 4 hits, 5 walks, though, 5 strikeouts and 5 innings pitched against the San Francisco Giants. And then on the flip side, we have Bailey Ober, which gave up 8 earned runs and 9 hits in his first start, 1 walk, one strikeout and 1 1/3 against the Kansas City Royals. So he did not have a very good first start for the season here against the Royals. So it does make it very tricky. Obviously, I'm going to be on the Twins because the Dodgers are playing, and this line movement's telling me Twins all day long is what this is kind of telling me. And when the best available line's in the mid 1-teens to fade the Dodgers, that's kind of scary. But I'm getting plus 116 with the Twins here in this spot, full game, and then on FanDuel. And then for the total, I can get an over 8.5 at minus 110 on DraftKings, over 8.5 minus 110 on Fanatics. I'm going to go over to Fanatics for that one. Over 8.5 as well for this game for me.
So you're doubling down?
I'm doubling down with the Twins in the over. Because I think if the Twins lose this game, the over's heading.
I'll go the over with you. I'm not touching the Twins today. I know you love doing your fade. That's fine. I'm not gonna be messing with that. This Dodger offense is lethal. And I could easily see this game getting out of hand quickly. In terms of offense, Paxton was good in his first start. Granted, it was against a San Francisco team that's not really known for offense. Yeah, I like the over in this game. When you have a Dodger lineup the setup the way it is for the season, overs are going to be very popular in Dodger games as long as the Dodgers can score, as long as the opposing team can score a little bit. So far, the Dodgers are 8-3 and 1 to the over. So yeah, I'll jump on the over with you in this one.
I like it. For 8.5 minus 110 on Fanatics. There we go.
Back to the chat. We're going. It costs $10 to go to a baseball game, an ECU game, not an MLB game. Actually, I'm afraid of my Dodgers minus 1.5, minus a half first 5 with this line movement, but can't go back now. Okay, I'm going to take that juicy over 3.5 batters.
God, can we stop hearing about this stupid minus 280 bet? Like, good job, you can hit a minus 280 bet. Like, I'm so tired of hearing about that bet.
Yeah, because eventually that's going to lose like 3-4 times in a row, and then all your profits gone. Can't wait for that to happen. But anyways, we got this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the St. Louis Cardinals and the Philadelphia Phillies. We have it a pick'em in this game with a total of 9 in this spot. St. Louis giving the Miami their first win of the year. Shame on them. But they get Miles Mikolas on the mound against Spencer Turnbull in this matchup here. The Cardinals opened up as minus 125 favorites. It's down to a 107. So we do have a line movement towards St. Louis here, or towards Philadelphia here in the spot. Line opened up at a 9 at even money, and it's still at 9 at even money. We have 91% of tickets, 98% of the cash on the Phillies. Line moving towards them. So, yeah, public is on the Phillies here. I prefer the public to be on the home team if you're looking to back them. But looking at the pitchers here, Spencer Turnbull in his first start looked good. No one runs on 3 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched against the Cincinnati Reds. They won that game 9-4. Miles Mikolas has pitched a few times this year. He gave up 2 earned runs on 7 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts and 6 innings pitched in his last game against the Cardinals. Looked good against the Cardinals in his last game. And then
it was against San Diego.
Against San Diego. And then he gave up 5 earned runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 4 1/3 against the Dodgers. This is a stay off game for me. I really don't have too much of an interest in the spot here. I'm
already on the Phillies. And it's a fade of Miles Mikolas. I am not a fan of Miles Mikolas. I don't think he's a good pitcher. And I think fading him, I'm not going to say fading him every game, but fading him a lot is going to make you money. I would like to call him the new, what did we normally do? Dallas Keuchel Day was always.
He's not that bad.
He's not that bad, but he's pretty rough. And I think the Phillies kind of need to bounce. They lost yesterday, but they did win the series versus Washington. It's the first series that they've won all year. I think they win this series against the St. Louis Cardinals, even in St. Louis. I'm on the Phillies tonight. I got minus 104 for it.
Fair. I'm not interested at all.
That's fine. Under 9. Okay. Oh, hey. Never wish for another demise. I will drop $5 on it. This time I'll go crazy probably when it fails. There you go. Always fade McCullers. Yes. I wouldn't. You know what? Dodge a Philly run line. Actually, I don't think you're getting as much value as you think on that.
Because they're a road team.
Because they're a road team. So I don't see alternative. Let's see if I can find the alternative lines. It's got to be probably in the 150 range, I'm guessing. Over 5.5, first 5 plus 112. Line is dropping. Was at plus 114. Good luck to you. I'm not going to take that, but good luck. Let's keep on rolling. I actually did not bet this game.
Yeah, I tried my hand in the series yesterday, trying to fade Blanco after the no-hitter, and it didn't work. Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers. The Astros minus 135 favorites, total of 9 in this game. I feel like this Rangers team is being exactly kind of what they were last year. Whenever I bet on them, they lose. Whenever I bet against them, they win. Type of team. Line opened up at a minus 110 for the Astros. It's up to a 135. So we've had a big line movement here towards Houston. Line opened up at a 9 or a 10. It's down to a 9.5. So we've had to move towards the under, and we've had to move towards the Astros in this game. 68% of tickets, 93% of cash on the Astros. We'll do that. 57% of tickets and 99% of the cash on the over in this game. Yet the line's gone from a 10 to a 9.5. So kind of interesting line movement there. We get Andrew Heaney and Framer Valdez, your pitching matchup here in this game. Valdez has looked pretty good. He's kind of struggled in his first start. 3 earned runs on 5 hits, 6 walks was a big problem in his last game. Or in his first start, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts against the Yankees. But then he stepped it up in his next appearance and looked amazing against the Toronto Blue Jays. 7 2/3 innings, gave up no earned runs on 6 hits, no walks. Big step in the right direction there. No walks in that game, 5 strikeouts. He looked really good. On the flip side, Andrew Heaney, he went in his first start and looked good as well. Gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits. 3 runs unearned, or 2 unearned runs in that game as well. So he kind of got a little unlucky in that game to get the loss. 4 2/3, 7 strikeouts for him in that 5-2 loss against the Rays. I kind of like the under in this game with the line moving the way it is and the pitchers pitching the way they are. And it's just one of those spots where I kind of think a first 5 under could be worth a look here in this spot. What type of number am I getting 5.5 here for a first 5 with the total being a 9.5, or is it a 5? I'm getting 5.5. I don't know, but it's 5.5 juiced heavy. I would lean first 5 under in this game. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on it, but I would definitely lean in that direction.
Yeah, this is another one I kind of just stayed away from. These 2 teams just played actually on Sunday Night Baseball, right? Yeah. They played last night, yeah.
No Sunday Night fade. This is a 4-game series.
Nope, no Sunday Night fade for this series, which is fine. I don't need to have a Sunday Night fade. I just don't feel like I need to be going crazy with this game. This is a Houston team that's been struggling to start the year, to say the least. They finally got the upper hand last game. Where are they? Here it is. Yeah, 3-7 start for them, 6-3 for the Rangers. Obviously, very, very early in the season. Yes. So I'm not going to go crazy with records and stuff. Houston's just gotten beat up a little bit throughout the start of the year. I'm definitely not laying 135 on them on the road. So good luck to anybody who wants to. But this is a stay away spot again.
And for those wondering, the Bucks aren't fooled by this slow start for the Astros either. They're still only plus 120 to win the division.
There you go. So you're probably getting slightly better value now.
Slightly better value because I think they were even money heading into the season or around there. But yeah, no.
Philly run line plus 155 on MGM. I like it. This is a huge pass. Corey Seager home run. Book it. I kind of like that idea. I think because he's been pretty solid so far this year. Taking Toronto in the over and Vegas and the under for hockey.
Fair.
I like Vegas tonight.
I like Vegas. I only played Vegas.
LA Dodgers race to 4. LA Dodger money line first 5. LA Dodger team total over. I'm just gonna take the over in that game. Move on.
I'm on the Twins in the over.
I took small bets on Pittsburgh and Detroit to miss the playoffs. In hockey?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say because yeah, never mind. Philly first run and race. I could see that. I like that. Let's head to Coors Field, Nick.
Yeah, the Arizona Diamondbacks traveling to Colorado take on the Rockies. Minus 190 for the D-backs, total of 11 in this game. Let's take a look at the this line history here in this spot where it opened up at a 170 for the Diamondbacks, up to a 177 now. And this line opened up at a 11, and it's down to a 10.5. So we've had a move towards the under. We've had a move towards the Diamondbacks, suggesting that Zach Gallen pitches well here. Zach Gallen and Kyle Freeland, your pitching matchup for this one. Taking a quick look at the cash flow, where we have 73% of the tickets and 75% of the tickets, 88% of the cash on the over, with the line moving towards the under. And then we have 96% of the tickets and 88% of the cash on the Diamondbacks, with the line moving towards the Diamondbacks. One thing we've kind of learned is, for me, public favorites are not a huge deal in the MLB for me. I would prefer them being public home favorites because I've seen people post on how public home favorites come in and they cover run lines and things along those lines with the line moving towards them. Zach Gallen's looked phenomenal this year so far. 1 earned run on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 5 innings pitched and 3 strikeouts against his Colorado Rockies team in the first game. That was a 16-1 game. And then no earned runs, 3 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched against the New York Yankees. On the other side, Kyle Freeland is the best pitcher on this staff? ? Ew. Gave up 10 earned runs against his Arizona Diamondbacks in the first game of the season, and then followed that up by giving up 7 earned runs on 9 hits and 3 walks and 2 strikeouts and 3 1/3 against the Cubbies. So Kyle Freeland's not looked good in either one of his starts here, which I wanted to back the first 5 under in this game. I wanted to bet the first 5 under in this game. The tough part about that is trusting Kyle Freeland not to just give up a ton of runs. Like, this is Kyle Freeland has absolutely struggled, and maybe he just wants to be back home. Because I want to take a look here, and when you're breaking it down, I'm probably going to take a deeper look on his home road splits. 5.5 -1. I'm seeing 120 on Fanatics for this first 5 under. I'm kind of tempted on that. And I'm going to take a look at his home road splits here for Kyle Freeland for the last few years. I think this is a pitcher that I would like to back at home rather than on the road, Kyle Freeland. So because both those starts were on the road. Granted, pitching in Colorado is not easy, and it shouldn't be much easier pitching there. But I want this first 5 under. I do. But I don't think I'm going to get to it.
I will say I'm backing my boy Zach Gallen. I know it's gross with the run line. Run line's minus 120. But this is Zach Gallen, who I know they're pretty crappy. Oh, well, one of them was the Yankees. Combined his starts, 23-1. Granted, one of them was 16-1. The other one was 7-0. So pretty. They've given him run support, which is nice. But Zach Gallen's been dominant, and that's exactly what I expect to see from him all year. I expect him to take care of Colorado. I don't think, obviously, Colorado's not a good team. Even at home, I think they're going to struggle this year. I'm a strong believer that this Colorado team will be the worst team in baseball. So I'm on the Diamondbacks. I took the run line minus 120.
I'm gonna stay off this game. Kyle Freeland's home stats are even worse than his road stats, so which doesn't surprise me. He pitches in Coors Field, but it's actually not as bad. It's only like 0.6 ERA higher at home than it is on the road, which considering you pitch at Coors Field, it's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think Zach Gallen shoves, but yeah.
Yeah. Penguins money line, Penguins race to 2. Taking the over, I don't feel like backing Road Gallen.
Road Gallen's an interesting aspect too, but he's looked good this year.
I wanted to bet an irresponsible amount on the D-backs first 5 -0.5.
The Rockies are scrappy at home, though. That's the problem. They're scrappy at home.
Let's go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the LA Angels hosting the Tampa Bay Rays. We have the Rays as -150 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at this one. Zach Eflin taking on Tyler Anderson. Line open up at a 115 for the Rays. Immediately within 12 minutes went up to a 130, and it's gone up to a 140 now. So a big line movement here towards Tampa Bay since this line has opened up. Line opened up at an 8.5, and even money, it's down 8.5 at -120. So we've had to move towards the over. We've had to move towards the Tampa Bay Rays in this game here. 83% of the tickets are on the under, but yet this line moving towards the over. And then we have 87% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the Rays, and the line's moving towards the Rays with the public moving the money. It looks like the public and the sharps on the Rays here because basically everybody's on the Rays in this spot here. I have really no interest in the side here in this spot. I want to look more at the total. Zach Eflin here, and he's somebody that if we kept an eye on him last year, his home road splits were not great. He was a much better pitcher at home than he was on the road. Now he is on the road here. Last year he was strong last year in 2024 or 2023, where he went 16-8 with Tampa. 11 of those 16 wins were at the Trop. He started off the season with 2 home games where he started, and he gave up 6 earned runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts against the Blue Jays, but then followed that up with a really nice start, 1 earned run on 5 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts and 6 1/3 against the Texas Rangers. So he did have a nice little bounce back start in his last game after struggling against the Blue Jays. And when you look at it here, I don't know if I trust Zach Eflin on the road, though. That's the ultimate question mark here. Tyler Anderson looked great in his first start. He gave up no earned runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 7 innings pitched. Granted, against the Miami Marlins, and we know how good the Marlins are. But this is definitely not a spot that I'm particularly interested in a side. As for the total, I kind of want to take an over in this game. With the line moving towards the over, even though it looks like the public on the under, Zach Eflin's kind of a nice little name there that people are going to want to bet over unders with. And I can get an over 8.5 on DraftKings at -120. I'm going to move on the over 8.5 in this game, -120.
I'm gonna pass on this game. I wanted to look toward Tampa Bay, and then I realized, hey, I don't think Tampa Bay is going to be good this year. I don't think the Tampa Bay deserves to be this big of a favorites on the road. I think it's a little bit too big of a line. But I am not going to be touching the the Angels. I don't think that's really a spot that I want to get to. Tyler Anderson's not. If you're going to back somebody on the Angels, I don't mind Tyler Anderson. Just not somebody that I feel like I need to get to. Yeah, no, there's plenty of games on today's card that I like. This is just not one of them.
Fair.
Angels money line doing the fade of a team that just finished a series in Colorado. That's not a bad option. Under. I can see an under. It's been fun fading the Bucks recently. Why did they fire the coach again? Yeah, they fired it because I think Giannis asked them to.
Yeah.
We'll
get exactly a little bit.
Hits, Trout homer. I won't talk you off of those. This should be a fun game, Nick. I'm not gonna bet it, but it should be a fun game.
Yeah, we have the Chicago Cubbies taking on the San Diego Padres. -135 for the Friars here in this game. Total of 8 in this one. A little bit of an interesting spot here for the Cubs coming in off of that Dodger series. They had that rain delay yesterday, so they ended up playing like that Sunday night game type of thing. That game kind of ended late. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here between Yu Darvish and Javier Assad. In this one here, where we have this line opened up. If it'll click, that'll be cool. There we go. Line opened up at a 130. It's down to a 131, or it's up to a 131. So we've had a 1 cent line movement here towards San Diego. And the line opened up at an 8 at even money. It's down to a 7.5 at -113. So we've had a move towards the under, and we've had a move towards San Diego. And this one here, 55% of the tickets, 58% of the cash on the Padres. Makes sense. And then 60% of the tickets are on the over, yet this line's moved towards the under. I kind of like Javier Assad. This Padres team offensively Javier Assad making his second start. His first one was against the Rockies at home. He went 6 innings, gave up no earned runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. So he looked good in his first start. Granted, it was against the Rockies, so take that with a grain of salt. This would be the 4th appearance for Yu Darvish so far this season. All 3 of them, well, the first one was not at home, but it says the Dodgers were the home team. The first one was in Seoul, where he gave up no earned runs on 2 hits, 3 walks, and 3 2/3, struck out 3. And then back in America, 1 earned run on 5 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched against the Giants, followed up by 3 earned runs and 5 hits, 1 walk, and 7 innings pitched against the Cardinals in a 5-2 loss. I can see I like Darvish at home. Darvish is somebody I would rather back at home than on the road. And last year he was actually we don't have last year's home road splits on covers now, but I believe last year he was a better home pitcher than he was road pitcher. I like Javier Assad. I could see this as a slow start game for the Cubbies, and I'm interested in the first 500 in this game. With this being a travel spot for the Cubbies after a nice series win, which was very nice to see them beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3 games. I'm very high on this Cubs team.
Yep.
And I was talking early in the show, Tim, before you got here, that I am interested in 28-1 and 14-1 World Series and NL futures with the Cubbies this year. I'm that high on the Cubbies. This is my dark horse, is the Chicago Cubs team. Am I interested in them today? I think this is a bad spot for the Cubs today. I like Javier Assad. I think this is a bad spot travel-wise. I think this is a bad spot situational-wise, where you just came in off of a big series win against the LA Dodgers where you're able to flex your muscles. This could be a Padres run line spot for all I know. I'm only interested in the first 500 in this game, though. I could see Darvish shoving, and I could see Javier Assad holding his own as well. The only problem is I'm seeing 4.5 juiced to -130. And I think that's ultimately what's going to keep me off this game is just the price of this first 500. And I prefer a 4.5 rather than a 4 in this game, because I can see this being 2-2 at the end of 5. So after all this, it's a pass for me. I would lean first 500 in this game, and that's about it.
It's Padre run line or nothing. I'm going to go with nothing in this game because I just don't trust the Padres. I don't know if I know Darvish is solid enough to get it done, but I know I'm just not going to be messing with the San Diego Padres until they prove to me that I should be comfortable betting them. And I'm not fading this Cubs team. I know it's a bad spot for them, but this is going to be a good Cubs team. Obviously, I have Brewers futures to win the division. That was pre-Corbin Burns. I think the Cubs are the best team in the division right now. So I'm not fading them today, but I'm definitely not backing them. So this one is a pass spot for me.
I'm really, really tempted on 14-1, 28-1 World Series futures with them.
Fraudries are so annoying. I lean frauds at home with Darvish, but pass. Manny Machado 2+ hits. I kind of like that. Tatis home run and Padres first 5. I'm not going to talk you guys off the Padres. I'm just not going to bet them.
Yeah,
There?
I'm really high on the Cubs. I can only look Padres in this game.
There you go. Final game of the MLB card, and yes, I will bet this game.
Oh boy, we get the Washington Nationals and the San Francisco Giants in this one here. Blake Snell making his debut with the San Francisco Giants, taking on Trevor Williams in this game. Blake Snell picked a great spot to go to when it comes to pitchers, because I don't know a more pitcher-friendly ballpark than than and then Oracle Park. I almost said AT&T Park. Oracle Park in San Francisco. Line opened up at a 215. It's down to a 207. So we've had a line movement here towards the Nationals in this game. Line opened up at an 8 and minus 105. It's now 8 at even money in this game. This is a bad travel spot for the Natties as well when you think about it here. We'll get into that in just a second. We have 73% of the tickets and 98% of the cash on the Giants, and the line moving towards the Nationals. I'm kind of interested where the first 5 money line is moved in this game. I just want to look at that real quick. Where it opened up at a 215, it stayed at 215. So that's kind of interesting there. That line's really not moved. I'm interested in the Natties first 5 in this game. The only thing that might keep me off of this spot is the travel situation here for the Nationals. This is they'll be going on the road here. Yesterday they were in Philadelphia, and now they have to go all the way to San Francisco, which is not a fun spot to travel. It really isn't. And then for Trevor Williams, he's only had 1 appearance so far this season. Gave up 2 earned runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 5 1/3. He looked good in a 5-3 win over the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm very interested in the Nationals' first 5. This game starts at 9:45. I'm going to write this down as Natty's first 5 plus a half. I have plenty of time to sit on this game and cap it a little deeper. I'm very interested in the Washington Nationals at the first 5 plus a half. I do not trust their bullpen for a full game. I would trust the Giants bullpen more. And you can get plus a half a run on Fanatics for plus 115. I don't hate that whatsoever. I can only look Natty's first 5 in this game. And I would like to fade Blake Snell in his debut with the Giants.
Oops, I'm already on the opposite side.
Wow. Okay.
I'm on the Giants here. And as you mentioned, it's a bad spot for the Nationals. Having to travel all the way across the country, I think it's going to be a rough game for them there. And I don't trust Trevor Williams. And I think Blake Snell's going to have a really good year in San Francisco. I know coming off of his Cy Young season, which called it, it could be a good spot to kind of fade him. But I really like Blake Snell. So I think he has a good start here. Giants coming off of a kind of a rough series versus the Padres. They won 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they won against. I didn't realize that they won Friday night. But no, I like the Giants today.
Fair.
Nerfy K props, sure. What do you mean by pitcher friendly? The ballpark works better for pitchers.
Just the way it's built is built more for pitchers than it is for hitters. Just the dynamics, the wind patterns, things like that.
Over 8. Over 11 in the Nationals game. Giants, run line, yes. And double-digit wins going out today.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, the winds are real. That's one thing I noticed when I did look at weather. San Francisco didn't matter. It really didn't.
No. All right, Nick. That's all baseball. We'll head to this game, which I'm going to have a bet in, and I think I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah, and this is going to be a very nerve-wracking game for me because I was making one of my bets last night because they one of my books offered like a bet this game and you'll get a whatever.
Yeah.
I bet it, and apparently I must have been half asleep or something when I bet it, and instead of hitting a decimal where I was trying to make a bet, I hit a 0. So I have entirely too much money on this game, and because of the promo, they won't let me cash out of it. So I am terrified of this game now. I have entirely too much money on the Purdue Boilermakers now tonight at plus 6.5, which is terrifying. And when I saw that this morning, I was sick to my stomach that I have that much money on Purdue tonight. And I might find a way to try to get out of that bet. And maybe I don't know how to do that at the moment. And maybe I'll figure it out. But I want to find a way to get out of that type of bet. And maybe it's just me throwing a couple $100 into that account and making that bet to offset it at this point, which sucks. but that might be what I have to do here. Line opened up at a 5, and it's gone up to a 7. It did get up to a 7.5. But when it opened up at a 5, it went up to a 6 about a minute later. So it really opened up at a 6. It's up to a 7 in this game. And this line opened up at a 147.5. It's down to a 145. So we've had to move towards the under, and we've had to move towards Connecticut. And I understand the move towards Connecticut here. 41% of the tickets and 76% of the cash is on Purdue. 31% of the tickets and 84% of the cash on the under in this game as well. I kind of like the under a little bit in this spot as well. With it being a national championship game, I could see defense being very present in this game tonight. And I might want to move on an under in this game as well, because I think an under correlates well with Purdue. Because if this is a lower scoring game, it's a lower variance game versus 7. Because my official play on this game is Purdue +7, and I got +240 in this one as well. I just see this as too many points, and I get it. And I've been on the opposite side so many times in this type of circumstance, which does make me very nervous as well, because this was the situation with Michigan in a national championship against what do you call it? Washington. This was the case with Georgia in the national championship against TCU, where a lot of people are going to love the dog. I see sharp money on the dog here. 41% of the tickets and 77% of the cash. 53,000 tickets in. And maybe Purdue doesn't win this game. I'm not expecting Purdue to win this game. Connecticut probably wins the national championship again. But one last thing I wanted to reiterate on before I pass the game off to you, Tim. Purdue was the second team in college basketball history to lose to a 16 seed. Previous team went on to win the whole thing. I'm not saying they're Virginia, but they're 40 minutes away from doing exactly what Virginia did, lose to a 16 seed and win the national championship the next year. I'm on Purdue +7. I'm on Purdue +240. And I'm probably going to find a way to get out of that way too big of a bet. That was an accidental 0 instead of a period. So
I'm gonna rewind back to yesterday, because I feel like there was a game yesterday that had the exact
and I was on that side as well. Yep, and
it had a dog that everybody loved, which was Iowa.
But they were more public. They were more public than Purdue is.
They were both kind of public dogs. UConn's going to win this one by double digits. And I really hope you're able to have some type of hedge out of your Purdue bet. Because I do
just the big one that was for a promo. That was all it was.
Yes.
Yes. I have other bets on Purdue where if I buy out of that one, I still have money on Purdue tonight, and I still want to have money on Purdue tonight. I just don't want to have that much money on it. So I'll probably throw whatever money in and hedge out of that one big bet, which I just don't need to have. I just don't need to have 20 units on Purdue +6.5 tonight. Yeah.
Anyways. Good luck. I hope you can hedge out. I don't know. If it hits, you won't regret it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of it though. I'm not going to. Yeah.
Purdue.
I'm not going to sweat out a game that much.
I was going to take whatever dog with the points. No. Let it ride. Everything happens for a reason.
Oh, good God.
You put 1K on Purdue.
No, but yeah, I mean, no, it wasn't +240. It was +6.5. But no, I don't have that much money on it.
Yeesh. Let's head to the NBA, which
go Rose.
Yes.
That just reminded me. I'm not done with my Sunnymore numbers yet, and so I will be punching in numbers when I let you break down these games, Tim. We'll kick it on off here. Charlotte Hornets and the Dallas Mavericks in this game. Mavericks 10.5-point road favorites with a total of 219.5 in this game. I will give my full breakdown. I will pass it off to you for the first couple games because I realized I totally forgot to punch in all my numbers for NBA.
I will say there's a big card of NBA. I'm not going to be getting too much. Welcome to the final week of the NBA, or the final couple games of the NBA season, where no one's going to give a shit. Not nobody, but Dallas currently sits in the 5 seed. They are 2 games behind the Clippers and 2 games ahead of the Suns. I don't really see them moving up or down a whole lot. And then the Hornets have already been eliminated. This is a Dallas Mavericks team that has won 9 out of their last 10. Very, very hot right now. Not a team I'm interested in fading. So it may be the boring route. I'm going to start off my NBA card with a solid pass. Just not interested in the first game of the day.
Yeah. Let me get. Do they really only have that many lines on this game? Looks like we're going to be using DraftKings lines because Bet Online, according to the site I'm using, does not have lines on every game. But I think they do. It's just not tracking right. The line opened up at a 9. And it's up to an 11. So we've had a 2-point line movement towards Dallas. And this line opened up at a 219.5. It's up to a 222. So we've had a move towards the over here as well. And my question is, maybe with these late season games and this is just absolutely perfect. I've got absolutely no information on the NBA today. Action Network has no tickets, no cash for any game today. So this is going to be so much fun because the market is a very important thing to me when I look at the NBA. So it's making it very easy for me to pass on this entire slate. But I'm not looking at this game at all. I have this game priced at a 9. 9.5, 10, more at 10 than a 10, 9.5. But no, I don't see much value in this game whatsoever. I don't have much information to work with today. Action Network being annoying with absolutely nothing. So pass.
Sounds good. NBAs can be tricky down the stretch. So you guys going over tomorrow game? No, just today. Who's guarding? It's not gardening.
No, it's not gardening. It's cashing out of a bet that I clicked the wrong button on.
Dear God.
Basically, Tim, what it was I meant to put $25 on because the promo was you bet $25 and you get a $10 bonus bet. That's what and I accidentally went and I clicked and when I saw it this morning, it was instead of $225, it was $205, which I did not want that much money on it. So yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, I don't bet that much, but I bet with volume. So I still bet a decent amount of money. It's just spread out more. But we'll move into the next game here. 15-point spread. And I was looking at the slate. I'm like, wow, good job, NBA. 14 games, only 5 of them. And we're going over the first 2 here are double-digit spreads. So actually about a little more than 1/3 of the games are still double-digit spreads. Damn it. Where we have the Detroit Pistons and the Philadelphia 76ers. This line opened up at around a 14. It's up to a 15. So we have a move towards the towards the 76ers. Line opened up at a 219. It's now a 219.5. These are must-win games for the Philadelphia 76ers. Embiid is finally back, so this team could be better off. I have this game priced at around 12.5. So I see slight value here with the Pistons. Am I looking to bet this game? Not particularly. And once again, I really have no information on any type of market, anything for the NBA today, which is absolutely useless. And I'm so glad I pay money towards this Action Network site for them to give me no information. So with that being said, I'm going to be very hard pressed to find an NBA play today, even though it's 14 games. I don't have much information to work off of here.
I'm going to try to find something throughout the card, but I'm not trying to force any bets. No, I'm not laying 15 points with the Sixers. No, I'm not touching the Detroit Pistons. By the way, Pistons been eliminated for about 6 years now. The 76ers are currently in the 7 seed, half game up on the Miami Heat, and they are 1 game back of the Indiana Pacers. Is this anything I need to get to? No. I'm not even going to try. Nope.
Fair enough.
Let's keep on rolling, Nick, because there's a lot of big-ass favorites today. Oh, there's actually not as many. This game.
No, I said only 5 of the games have double-digit spreads. And this is not one of them, but we do have an 8-point road favorite in the Indiana Pacers taking on the Toronto Raptors. Total 240 in this game. I'll pass it off to you first as I still have to punch in numbers. In this game, where are you looking here? Raptors and Pacers.
Raptors are on a winning streak.
What?
They've won 2 in a row. After beating, the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee and then beating the Washington Wizards. Am I interested in Toronto? Absolutely not. Am I laying 8 points with the Pacers? Absolutely not. Am I interested in a total in this one? If I'm going after a total, it's probably the over. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to be on the over here. Toronto has gone over in 5 out of their last 6. And Indiana's gone over in 3 out of their last 4. So 2 teams that are going over the total. And I'm gonna find a play here in this one. Go ahead, sign me up for a little bit of over action in Indiana and Toronto.
Yeah, that could be an interesting look. I want to take a look at where my projections are for that one because I really haven't been betting totals often. I have that game projected for around 243.5. So I do see some value on that over in this spot. But I'm still kind of pissed that I don't have any information here for tickets. I want the market for the NBA because NBA is not my strongest, and I would like to know what the market thinks on some of these games. So that's why I'm being very hesitant today on the NBA though. I have this game at around a 6.5. So I think there's a little bit of value with the Raptors, but there's been a little bit of value with the Raptors for the past month and a half. And I have absolutely no interest in backing the Raptors the way they're playing right now. Granted, yay, they've won 2 in a row. They played the Bucks, who are finding ways to lose against the worst teams in the league for whatever reason. And now they get to play the Boston Celtics, which will probably win today's game.
Yep.
Because they're playing the Celtics now, which I'm hard pressed to fade the Bucks, but I don't know if I can in that spot. But yeah, I think that line should be way bigger. And this line opened up at a 6.5. It went up to a 7, 7.5, 8, and so it's moved up. Line opened up at a 239. It's up to a 241. I'm kind of interested in that over. And maybe I'm gonna write down question marks, and I'll probably bet the NBA later. Because I'm going to write down what I might bet, and I want to see if the market correlates. So once there's information, I'm interested in this over, in this Raptors over in this spot. That's kind of what I'm interested in a little bit here. I have no interest in the first 2 games. So, yeah, I'm interested in the Celtics too.
Embiid over 2.5 rebounds first quarter. Not going to talk you off of it. Josh Stree. A question, you going tomorrow's games?
Covering tomorrow's games.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be covering tomorrow's games tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, Nick. I'm gonna bet this game, but
I have interest, and I'm probably, knowing your thinking, I'm probably on the opposite side of you. Just knowing the way you think about games, I can only look Boston Celtics in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here, where it opened up at a -1 for the Bucks, and now it's a -1 for the Celtics, depending on where you look. So the Bucks opened up as favorites in this game. How? Not a damn clue. And maybe this is just me falling for a trap, but I'm very interested in the Celtics today. This line opened up at a 229.5. It's down to a 228, and I'm assuming Celtics have players sitting or something. 5.5 for the Celtics. I have the Celtics that much better than the Bucks, even on the road, as 5.5-point favorites. I think on a neutral court, I have the Celtics as a 5-point favorite against almost anybody, at least. This is a Celtics team where if you're giving me a number this low, I'm always interested in the Celtics. Maybe this is me falling for a trap, but I can only look Celtics in this game. I will probably bet them later. I want to see if the market confirms this as well. But I would like to be on the Bucks in this game.
Well, the Bucks are finding ways to lose games, but I still kind of like them here.
Why?
Because you got to think about this. What are the Celtics playing for right now, Nick?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. What are the Bucks
What are the
playing for
Bucks
right now?
playing for? Nothing. They've already clinched their spot, right?
They've clinched a playoff spot. They've only got the Orlando Magic by a game. They only got the Knicks by a game. They only got the Cavaliers by a game and a half. They've only got the Pacers by 2.5 games. They could easily slip. And if they're not careful, they could fall right into a play-in spot. It's that close. It's like 2.5, 3 games. Oh, they're not going to drop to a play-in spot because they're 3.5 games ahead of Philadelphia. They're not careful.
But Philadelphia could easily pass them. They got Embiid back, and I don't know their schedule. They probably have a decent schedule there.
I don't know if they have enough games. But this is a Bucks team that's finding ways to lose. But this is a game that I feel like they could win. Because they're losing the games to the bad teams, and then they show up against the good teams. I'm kind of thinking Milwaukee in this game. So I think I'm going to end up betting Milwaukee.
Yeah,
but I'm not 100% sure.
I also have one more question with the Milwaukee Bucks, and it's a simple why question. Why'd they hire Doc Rivers again?
That would be Giannis.
I bet Giannis is loving him having choking games up.
Oh, I will be fading the Bucks in round 1, whoever they face.
I think the Bucks are a beautiful fade the rest of the season and into the playoffs. They're going to come limping in, and they're going to get their ass beat against whoever.
But they win tonight.
Why? Because the Celtics have nothing to play for? This is their...
Keep in mind, there could be no Jason Tatum tonight.
Even then, I would still take the Boston Celtics.
Fair enough.
Give me no Jason Tatum and give me a +2 with the Celtics. I'll take them.
Yeah, I would still be...
I'd take the Celtics money line at +1, like 105, 110. Easily.
I'm looking towards Milwaukee, but there is no reason for me to go after games. So
I'm very interested in this one on the Boston side.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah?
These games are tomorrow.
That's why there's no information on them?
That's why there's no information
on them. There's no games today. I didn't even see it. My bad. I'm an idiot.
These games are tomorrow.
All right. So we're done with the NBA.
Nick, I just totally I didn't even realize that because I just went.
All I saw was they all listed odds on Bovada, so I typed them up. Why is there no games today?
Thank you, Lex. Thank you, Fernando. I just because all I did was look at the card. Yeah. Yep.
Why is there a day off?
I didn't even realize it. Yep. No NBA. Yep. It's tomorrow. Yep. All right. Yeah, we're done for today. You know what, Nick? You were the one that typed up the games. I capped them all.
I typed them up during class this morning, half asleep. I didn't even notice they're tomorrow.
Yeah, they're tomorrow.
It didn't think to cross my mind that they were tomorrow.
Because there's never off days in the NBA.
There's never off days. Stupid.
But, anyways, we're just gonna peace on out for today. You know what? It makes sense, Nick, that there's an off day. The national championships tonight.
Sure.
So that makes sense. But that's gonna do it for the show. We'll recap and then leave. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share. Vegas Golden Knights, New York Yankees, Pittsburgh Pirates, Milwaukee Brewers, the over in the Mets game, Philly, Arizona run line, San Fran run line, and UConn Huskies.
VGK, even money for me. Yankees -1, -103. I am very interested in the Pirates money line. I'll probably pull the trigger on them. I got the Brewers -108. Mets, Braves over 10, -108. Rays, Angels over 8.5. I'm interested in the Cubs, Padres first 5 under. I'm interested in the Natties first 5 under, but I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 baseball games bet at the moment, and that's it. So, and then I'm on Purdue +7 and +240, and I'll probably find a way to hedge out of that bigger bet. So, yeah.
There you All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll actually talk over all the NBA games.
Yep.
We'll see you guys then. Peace out, guys. No outro.